vibrant tapestry of 1929 Philippines, a young Teresita Basa took her first breath, destined for a life that would weave an intricate tale across continents. Fast forward to the bustling 1960s, and Teresita found herself in the heart of America, not to chase dreams of stardom, but to pursue a passion for music. However, destiny had a different symphony in store. Amidst the towering structures of Chicago's skyline, Teresita chose Edgewater Hospital for her life's work. She transitioned from melodies to resuscitations, dedicating herself as a compassionate respiratory therapist. Yet beneath her unassuming demeanor lurked an unforeseen twist of fate. The unimaginable unfolded when a shroud of violence enveloped this quiet soul. Teresita Basa, the embodiment of tranquility, became an unexpected victim, a jolting contrast to the life she led, leaving a community stunned and searching for answers. The chilling echoes of February 21, 1977, rang through the corridors of Chicago as the fire department responded to a haunting call, a plume of smoke curling from Teresita Basa's 15th floor apartment. Rushing to douse the flames, the brave responders uncovered a scene that defied belief. Amidst the dissipating haze, a horrifying sight awaited. A lifeless Teresita, unclothed and engulfed by flames, lay beneath a smoldering mattress, a brutal dagger wedged in her chest. The stark brutality of the scene pointed to a calculated attempt to shroud a heinous act. As investigators delved deeper into the darkness of this crime, a grim reality emerged. A chilling suspicion that Teresita had fallen victim not only to murder, but also to a despicable violation of her very being. The layers of this tragedy peeled back to reveal a heart-wrenching narrative that begged for justice. In the labyrinth of unanswered questions surrounding Teresita Basa's tragic demise, the autopsy unveiled a perplexing truth. Despite the harrowing circumstances, she had not endured the desecration initially feared. Yet the motive behind this unspeakable act remained elusive, casting a shadow over the search for justice. The enigma deepened as investigators wrestled with scant physical remnants, the fire's voracious appetite consuming crucial evidence. Amidst this inferno's destruction, a solitary beacon emerged, a cryptic entry in Teresita's diary, a whispered clue amidst the silence. "Get theater tickets for A.S." This fragment of a puzzle, seemingly innocuous, held the weight of 1,000 inquiries. Who was A.S.? What significance lay behind the innocently penned request? In this labyrinth of uncertainty, it stood as a solitary thread begging to be unraveled, a flickering hope for answers in a narrative shrouded in darkness and mystery. In their relentless quest for truth, law enforcement navigated through the intricate web of Teresita Basa's life, interrogating those closest to her, probing the depths of her connections in every nuanced detail. Family, friends, and even her boyfriend fell under the scrutinizing gaze of suspicion, yet each thread they followed led to an unnerving dead end. The elusive A.S. remained an enigma, a cipher withholding its secrets tightly. As the puzzle pieces shifted and suspicions lingered, the shadow cast upon this serene soul grew deeper, contrasting starkly with the serene portrait painted by those who knew her well. 6 months into the pursuit of answers, in the silence of desperation, an unorthodox lead breathed new life into the fading embers of justice, casting a slender beam of light upon the dark, unsolved corridors of Teresita's story. A strange and cryptic tip, an unlikely savior, emerged as a beacon of hope in a case where all seemed lost. Enter Remibius Remy Chua and her husband, Dr. Jose Chua. Their revelation to Detective Joe Stachula would unravel a narrative tinged with the supernatural, blurring the lines between the corporeal and the inexplicable. Remy, a fellow countrywoman from the Philippines and Teresita's colleague at Edgewater Hospital, bore witness to an uncanny phenomenon, a possession by Teresita Basa. Dr. Chua recounted a spine-tingling tale of Remy being overtaken by a spectral presence, speaking the native Tagalog tongue, a language familiar to Teresita but seldom uttered by Remy in her waking hours. In these moments of possession, Remy seemed lost in a trance, her voice carrying the echoes of Teresita's past, a baffling occurrence that breached the realms of rationality, ushering in an eerie air of the supernatural, a twist that would challenge the very fabric of reality in a case already steeped in uncertainty. The spectral whispers that escaped Remy's lips during her first unsettling trance painted a haunting plea, a plea that transcended the boundaries of the living and the departed. "Doctor, I would like to ask for your help, echoed Teresita's disembodied voice, piercing the veil between realms. The haunting echoes of Teresita's desperate plea echoed through Remy's visions and dreams, a spectral visitation that transcended the boundaries of sleep and wakefulness. In the silent embrace of night, Teresita's spirit allegedly traversed the realms, imprinting her harrowing tale upon Remy's consciousness, a tale scripted in dreams and visions, imploring justice to be served. In an inexplicable moment, Remy's very voice metamorphosed into the vessel of Teresita's restless soul. Allegedly, the spectral entity spoke through Remy, revealing a name, Alan Showery, a chilling revelation pointing a damning finger at an orderly within the hospital's corridors. The weight of those unearthly words lingered heavy in Jose's heart. Startled and unnerved by Remy's transformation into the vessel of Teresita's spirit, his world teetered on the edge of the unknown. Yet amidst the inexplicable, a reassuring voice emerged, a spectral reassurance that quelled his fears, a plea for his aid in unraveling the web of Teresita's tragic fate. I was really surprised and scared when I asked her name and she answered, Ako'y Teresita Basa, Jose recounted in a pretrial hearing. The sheer shock of hearing Teresita's name from Remy's lips sent shivers down his spine, a surreal encounter that blurred the lines between the tangible and the ethereal. Yet amidst his fear, a calming reassurance resonated within those ghostly words, a plea for help, not for Remy, but for the restless soul of Teresita, beckoning for justice to be served. The unsettling saga continued its haunting narrative as the spectral voice allegedly seized control of Remy once more, probing Jose with poignant questions that cut through the veil of hesitation. Why hadn't he sought justice through the authorities? The answer lay in the absence of concrete evidence against Showery, an insurmountable barrier in the pursuit of truth. Yet, in an eerie twist, the ghostly voice purportedly pierced the silence, divulging another damning detail. Alan Showery, the alleged perpetrator, hadn't merely taken Teresita's life but also plundered her possessions, taking her jewelry as a macabre trophy. This stolen bounty, according to the spectral revelations, had found its way into the hands of Showery's girlfriend. The intricate threads of the investigation began to weave a chilling tapestry of connections, aligning with the eerie revelations that had surfaced through Remy's alleged possession. Detective Statula and his partner Lee Eplin cautiously approached the puzzle, teetering between skepticism and the faint glimmers of a perplexing truth. Delving into Alan Showery's past, they uncovered a mosaic of compelling links that tethered him to Teresita Basa's tragic narrative. Showery, bearing the initials AS akin to those found in Basa's diary, worked in the same hospital as both Chua and Basa, forming a trifecta of connections within the hospital's corridors. Moreover, Showery's financial turmoil cast a haunting shadow over his motives. Teresita's altruism had extended beyond mere generosity, as she had been providing financial assistance to Showery, offering him a lifeline amidst his dire circumstances. The proximity of their residences and Showery's purported visit to Teresita's apartment on the fateful night loomed ominously, threading a sinister narrative that hinted at a planned encounter. The convergence of these intricate details painted a chilling portrait, an alleged assailant enmeshed in a web of financial strain, proximity, and a tenuous bond with the victim, casting a foreboding light upon Showery's potential involvement in Teresita's harrowing fate. The detective's journey led them to the doorstep of Alan Showery's abode, a space shared with his pregnant partner Yanka Kalmuk. In a startling revelation, the remnants of Teresita Basa's life emerged in the form of tangible evidence. The pearl ring and jade pendant, once cherished possessions of the deceased, now adorning Kalmuk's possession. A chilling confirmation of the spectral revelations surfaced as Kalmuk confessed to receiving these artifacts as a belated Christmas offering from Showery. The jewelry, once cherished by Teresita, now bore witness to a macabre transfer from victim to unwitting possessor, unraveling a twisted narrative where the remnants of a life stolen lingered in the hands of an unsuspecting recipient. The chilling denouement of this haunting tale unraveled as Alan Showery's veneer of innocence crumbled beneath the weight of irrefutable evidence. Confronted with the damning truth held within Teresita's jewelry now in his partner's possession, Showery's facade of denial shattered, unveiling a heart-wrenching confession that echoed the ghastly events of that fateful night. In a moment of chilling candor, Showery confessed to the heinous act that had claimed Teresita Basa's life. He detailed the sequence of events, from the initial visit to fix her television, to the sinister plan that followed. The horrifying account painted a stark reality. In a violent act of betrayal, he returned to Teresita's apartment in which he launched an attack, perpetrating a crime that defied comprehension. Stripping her of dignity, he attempted to fabricate a grotesque narrative of violence, shrouding the true motive of greed and malice. The resolution of Showery's confession cast a somber pall over the once unsolved mystery, offering closure to a tragic tale that had haunted the corridors of justice, while shedding light on the gruesome reality behind Teresita Basa's untimely demise. But later Showery retracted his confession. Alan Showery's abrupt retraction of his confession sent shockwaves through the ongoing saga, casting a murky shadow over the credibility of the investigation. His claim of police coercion, alleging threats against his pregnant partner Yanka Kalmuk in exchange for his confession, painted a grim portrait of undue pressure and manipulation in the pursuit of justice. Under the scrutiny of his lawyer, William Swano, Showery's defense vehemently contested the murder charge, denouncing the foundation of the arrest as nothing more than the nebulous account offered by the Chuas, a narrative that teetered between the bizarre and the otherworldly. "Never to my knowledge has a man been arrested because of a supernatural vision," Swano said. "Police have never before been informed of a criminal's name by a voice from the grave." In response, a spokesperson for the prosecutor's office told the Washington Post, "It's not like we're going to cross-examine the voice or anything of that nature. We're really not interested in the supernatural aspect of this trial. The voice was an initial tip, but the evidence was developed independently." After preliminary deliberations, the judge decided the trial should go ahead. Despite his confession, Showery pleaded not guilty to Teresita's murder. The crescendo of public intrigue and fervor reached a fever pitch as the trial unfurled its gripping narrative to the world. Headlines blared across publications, each vying to capture the enigmatic essence of a case steeped in the inexplicable. The sensationalism surrounding the trial transformed it into a spectacle that captured the collective imagination, casting a spotlight on the eerie twists and turns that had woven through the investigation. However, the climactic culmination of the trial ended in a disheartening anticlimax, a mistrial, a deafening silence amidst the clamor for justice. The deadlock of the jury, their inability to forge unanimity, stood as a poignant testament to the complexity and ambiguity that shrouded the case. In the stark absence of a definitive verdict, the elusive truth remained ensnared in the unresolved whispers that echoed from beyond the grave. The mistrial, a disheartening culmination, left the haunting echoes of Teresita Basa's tragedy suspended in limbo, a tale suspended between realms, encapsulated within the unresolved folds of a trial that failed to deliver closure to a story that had captured the world's attention. In an unexpected turn of events that punctuated the prolonged uncertainty, Alan Showery veered from the brink of a new trial, again altering his plea to guilty. The abrupt shift, a stark departure from the prior impasse, heralded a swift resolution to a tale mired in ambiguity. On February 23, 1979, the gavel of justice resounded with a finality as Showery faced his sentencing. His acknowledgement of guilt laid bare the chilling truth that had eluded resolution, a solemn admission of the cold-blooded act that had robbed Teresita Basa of her life and shattered the tranquility of all who had been touched by her tragic tale. The weight of justice, albeit belated, was pronounced as Showery received a 14-year sentence, a sobering reckoning for a crime that had cast a pall of sorrow and anguish. The courtroom's hushed closure echoed with the finality of a resolution, offering a semblance of closure to a story veiled in uncertainty, finally bringing a measure of solace to the memory of Teresita Basa. The case of Teresita Basa's murder remains enigmatic, leaving room for divergent interpretations amid the unsettling twists and turns that colored the investigation and subsequent trial. The notion of a voice from beyond guiding the investigation evokes both fascination and skepticism, leaving a chasm between the extraordinary and the mundane. The intertwining of Remy Chua's connection with Showery through their work at the hospital introduces a plausible alternative, a revelation about Showery's incriminating actions that Chua might have unearthed through her professional sphere, veering away from the supernatural narrative suggested by the alleged possession. Showery's defense's attempt to shift culpability onto Chua, suggesting an alternate scenario where she had sold the jewelry to Showery, attempts to untangle the web of mystery woven around the possessions linked to Teresita. This alternative narrative adds layers of ambiguity, blurring the lines between truth and fabrication. The aftermath of the trial witnessed the Chuas delving further into the mystique of the case, co-authoring a book, A Voice from the Grave, a testament to their conviction in the existence of life beyond death, entwined with their experiences during this haunting period. The case's media spotlight, including its portrayal in Unsolved Mysteries and the subsequent telemovie Voice from the Grave, catapulted the tale into the realm of public fascination, etching its place within the annals of sensationalized crime. Remarkably, both Chua and Showery retreated into the embrace of anonymity post-trial, steering their lives away from the glaring scrutiny that had engulfed them during those turbulent years. Their return to quiet lives served as a stark contrast to the turbulent and sensational narrative that had captivated public attention, leaving behind a haunting tale wrapped in ambiguity and intrigue. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.